Their game. Hello. We're playing Final Fantasy today. We're doing this thing. And then maybe also these two, because I'm not done. But this one first. Get excited. I wanted to leave the room, hold on. Bum, bum. Bum, 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 da, 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 da. The picture book content. This is such an interesting thing to have. I'm so fucked up by what the lighting shader does to my character. So I'm pretty sure I took most of the routes I can through this side. But I have at least 2 more variations to do before I'm done with it. It's a bit of a puzzle dungeon, this one. Oh, no, no, no. Oh, oh. Da, 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 no, 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 no. Oh, the music in here is so good. Alright, so I don't know if... I think I took both paths once. Let's follow the fruit, which is this way. And then if I'm right, I've been down this way before, but I've made a different choice at the next choice point. The way this content works is you have kind of several paths you can go down. Okay, I don't know if I've done this one before. Maybe. I might have not been down this path before. Interesting. I mean, I've done the boss before because there's only 5 bosses in here, but... And I have done all of them. But I may not have been down this road before. Oh no, it's hiding the orb. Let's see. Will it manage to vary? It does. That's crazy. It's gonna be here. And then, oh, it's back. Oh no. Yippee. And it's gone. Oh no. Hello. There it is. Big bean. Oh, I can do so much damage in this combo. Yippee! Oh, yeah, I've not done this route before. I don't know what that is. And my guess is it is hiding them. I was right. And now we sprout. Oh no, they're all gone. Okay, it's not this one. It's this one again. Can I stay here? Is this safe? It wouldn't have been. Okay. The answer was no. Yippee. Murder. You do have, indeed, selectively bred grapes in Labyrinthos. I'm well aware. I think every player is well aware of your selectively bred grapes in Labyrinthos. Ah, I miss the grapes. I miss them so much. They were so good. Death. Do, 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 do. Okay, I'm still going to go this path first. Because I've done that path on at least one of them, but I know I've done this path only once. And I know which other route it was on. It was on the left route from the first decision point. Gotta move. But yeah, so the way it works is you have 2 decision points. 3 decision points. You can either go left, center, or right in the very beginning. And then you have 2 more points where you can go left or right. And that's for the base routes. And there's only 5 bosses, but based on what abilities, what routes you picked, the boss abilities are going to be different. So there's some variety in here. So your choices affect the mechanics. But some are always going to be the same. And every time you beat a new path, you get one of these entries. You kind of need to read them. As you can see, there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1 extra. And that's because there's 1 secret path. Yippee. So the bosses aren't going to be much of a challenge for me, because I've already done this on the higher difficulty and beaten it, so I know what they can throw at me. We're just going to do a couple of runs. Try to get entries. Try some routes. This boss is the most annoying. Okay. Let's swap. I like doing this one the least, so I'm doing it first. Oh no, no. Also, you could do this with more players, but it doesn't do anything. It doesn't help. And I think only the decision point immediately before the boss matters for its mechanics. Because there's only four variants of the ending. Okay. So I think it's over here. I was wrong. Ow. I did see the first one incorrectly then. This time. Yes. It's just caps and balls. Okay, swap. Double swap? You fucker. So rude. No, 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 no. Boom! Beep, 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 do, 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 do. No, 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 no. Ah, yes. So I've learned that these don't actually hurt you until after they disappear. Which is very fun. It's interesting to me how this boss never really attacks you. All it does is cast. Oh, fuck. Should not have stood there. Anyway. All right. Aha! Now that's not a swap. That's a stay. And then it's a swap. Because it's going to rotate right, and then it's going to rotate left. And then it's going to rotate left again. Aha. See? Smart sneak. Not like I've not done this before, but you know. Yippee! No, 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 no. Bonk. Die! Die already! Thank you! I love that this gives, like, crystal paste for completing it. It's very funny. No, no, no. Carpet. Yes. I have had this route before. What? That didn't count as a new one. Interesting. I cannot remember playing that route before. Alright, whatever. I'm leaving. I'm heading out. Just gonna do it again. Oh, no, no. Yes, yes. Yes, is online. Da, 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 da. Adventure. I'm gonna get pretty close to finishing the relic. No, I wanna go center. Oh no! Not the peasant! Whatever will we do? Yippee! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! A new route. Yippee. Paper. Hello, paper. They do have the bombs. I think reading that or not actually changes this fight. Because there's no real decision point before here. But he could choose to not read it. I'll try that next time. Oh, corner. Crazy. The variants. Oh no. Hello. Die. Nice. The rude frontal cleave. Why you do this? It's going to repeat the stupid disappearing move too, isn't it? I have a memory of that happening. Not this one, the one where it disappears. This one's fine. Me when the vague memory. Die. Please. See, that's the part where you think to yourself, like, more burst would be nice. Oh, maybe not. Maybe it's not repeated that. It's a very good looking creature. I want to pet it. I am petting it with my sword. Whee. Yep, that is the annoying mechanic. And I'm losing my buff. Oops. Yay. Ib. Hello. Oh no 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 no. Die. No, 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 no. Okay, last time I went left, now I'm going right. Ah, right, so we need to wait for her. Waiting. Pause. Shalom's. Oh no. What are those? I don't like the presence of funky magnetic rock. I will be so real with you. Rude. Oh! That did something. Haha. Yes. Hehehehe. Join me. Haha. Success. That's a fun little puzzle. Go! Unseen power, my ass. How many seasons have come and gone since I set foot in this land, where the rules of gravity are mere suggestions? How many times have I swung my sword? Each flourish bringing me one step closer to mastering the unyielding blade, honing my ether within my weapon to a fine edge. Yet even as my body is consumed by training, my mind turns only to my dear friend. Bound still to the sea, destroy the vile thing which threatens her and hers. My blade work must be without equal. When I have reached the heights I shall come for you. I will stand upon those shores of our home once more and cry out, I am returned. Shores. Shores, you say? I don't remember there being a shore in this route. However, there is a shore in a different route. Ho ho ho. Come on. Come on, NASCAR. Oh, I'm almost dead. I forgot that the auto attack hurt. Oops. What is that? Ah, that move. Okay. That's a tiny bit slower than it is on advanced. Oh. Hello. Malefic Sea. Oh no. No, 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 no. Why do these skills have to hurt so bad? Even if you do them right, they hurt a lot. Or just this fight in general, I guess. I guess it's just that there's less avoidable damage in this fight. Oh. Aha. 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 Can't get knocked back if you're magnetized to the floor. Wee. Oh no. Two directions. Again. Oh, it's this again. No, 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 no. Ow. That was with barrier. Why you do this? That was with the rampant barrier. Ow. That's a funny combo. Whee! Do, do. No, 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 no. It doesn't even do this mechanic on on advanced. Never seen this before. The magnet funny. Maybe we'll do it on Criterion. I've not done Criterion difficulty. Easy. Easy life. It's nice that you can finish it in about 20 minutes per run. So it's a good run time. Oh boy. Oh boy. Ah! Okay, we're not seeing the end of this mechanic. Yippee. Obtain sword. Let me just copy that. Wee. I won. I'm so good. Now that was a different ending. Okay. Again. Do, do, do. No, 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 no. How many more runs do I need before my relic is done? Couple. I want to go east. Because I think that is where the shore was. Peasant. Fuck you. I'm leaving. Can I leave? I don't think I can leave. I don't think it'll let me. Okay. The weird character shader. Look at how orange I am. I mean, I did make myself more orange, but that is not what I picked. That is more orange than usual. I wanted to look just bright red, not fucking fruit. Wee. Question. What did it say? Cry out. It might want yell chat. That would be funny. But it said on the shore. This is very theoretically speaking the shore. Hello? This is not sure enough. I see. That isn't quite the shore they are looking for. What did it say exactly? I scroll too fast. I need to be scrolling slower. To destroy the vile thing which threatens her and hers, my blade work must be without equal. When I've reached the heights I must, I shall come for you. Will stand upon those shores of our home once more and cry out, I am returned. Okay. So it's not here. Maybe it's further down. Bombs. Those might do something back there. You pull them out. Can try that too. Because there needs to be a way to vary this boss. Into the other boss. Die. Die, please. Party! Yippee! The party cannons. Woo! Ah. Right, Rainbow Road, my favorite cast. What is it called, that? Rainbow Road again, my favorite cast. Oh no, not the windmill. Windmill pattern. The bastard. Yep. Phew. This is so slow. You have so much time to dodge that. It's crazy. And that deals so much damage. Holy shit. Help. Oh. Uh-oh. My ass. He slapped it. No, no, no. Non-consensually. Ow. Okay, I tried to be cool there. And I just earned myself another 5 minutes in the dungeon. Huh. Yippee. This boss takes so long to kill. Hello. This is the coolest thing about it, really? Oh. I don't know about that. We die. Death, even. Murder. Oh. Gun. The guns have been summoned. Could have been guns. Could have been done so long ago. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. He can do that? That's crazy. I didn't know it was allowed to do that. Boom! Yippee! Uh-oh. Oh, look, it's the part I died on. Let's not repeat that. I died with less health on the boss. I've been slower this time. I did it. I didn't die again. Yay. Die. Thank you. Okay, where shores? We are looking for the shore. That is what we're doing. This is a shore. I'm not yelly enough. They squeak. Why do they squeak? Shores. Huh. Fence. Oh, stroll along the beach. That sounds good. Maybe this is the shore. Ah, right, the part where she licks the pearl. I remember. There's the conch shell. I know what that's for. Need to be clicking on it? Hmm. It's the only area where there's a shore. So I'm confusion as to where the location of the secret might be. Because I know that hints like that usually mean there's a secret. I got this line that I'm spamming in a message thingy. This other area. Now that will trigger the boss. What? Does this not count as the shore? That's so strange. Hmm. Am I returned though? No. But that ain't the point. I'm pretending to be returned. That is what I'm doing. Ah, right. This. At least I'm getting a different ending, because this is a different version of this boss fight than the one I've already done. Which means I should be getting another book page. Yoo! Right, this shit. This mechanic. I remember. Oh no 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 no. Do 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 do. Orb. Oh. How dare you? Half finished. Yep. That's such a long delay. So mean. Ah, that's the variation. Okay. Aha. I live. Oh no. Whatever will I do? Oh no, not the swapping 4 times. How dastardly. The most complex to remember mechanic. It's funny to me that when she does this, her hitbox stays in the center. Somehow. Wild. It's time for orbs. Hello, orb. Ah, orbs with this thing. Kind of silly. That just tells you where the orb is, because they can't exactly do that to where the safe zone is. Huh. I guess there would be 2 safe zones in that one. And then one of them gets cleaved. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. The I'm not a tank moment. Now we're doing the patented I don't care, because you're dying before you can do anything moment. Yippee. Whee! Surely it's not here, right? No. Okay. It's not after the dungeon's already done. Good to know. I have exited. I know. Story. It's time to do some light reading. No. Or if you want to do some dark reading though, good luck. Uh-huh. Yeah, verdant shores. Those are the shores. Where do I do the yelling? Uh... Huh. Interesting. Back in we go. What else could I try? I have some ideas. I want to try more left path variations. So the way this works, I already explained it once earlier. You have 3 decision points, and then some secrets. And depending on how you decide, the dungeon's gonna play out slightly differently. The first decision determines the final boss. And the mechanics for the first boss. And then the second decision decides which first boss you get. And the third decision varies the mechanics of the final boss. That's how this content works. Oh, no. I like these area transitions, they're cute. I wanna go left again. Do I actually? Yeah, I do. So yeah. Also, the way I explained it earlier makes it sound like there's more bosses than there actually is. There's actually only 6 bosses if you count the secret boss in these. The 3 paths have 1 final boss each. And then there is only 2 different bosses for the first boss fight. They're just the same 2 for every path. They just kind of have slightly different mechanics, but it's the same boss. And then there is a secret boss, which has completely unique mechanics and a single fight. So there's 5 bosses with words. Kind of, I think 10 different fights between them. And then there's the secret boss with 1 more fight. I hope my math worked out there. So this isn't like infinite interesting content. But it is pretty cute. And you do want to do a couple of runs. Because you need to figure out how to do the secret. In order to do the secret. And the way you do figure that out is by reading those book pages. And you get a book page for each unique variant of the run you do. So there's 4 total. For each side. For the 2 different first bosses and 2 different final bosses you can get. In terms of fights. And then there's 1 more page for the secret. I don't even know if you get anything for completing a book. I've only completed the first one. So I wouldn't know. You do get something for completing the content in general, though. Which is, these thingies. Which you can trade for item. Wee. Oh, the crits, let's go. I would love to crit on my highest damage ability for once. That would be so nice. I'm fine. Let's go. Ow. I'm gonna take a hit here. Wee. Die, you silly. I've done it. The murder is complete. Grapes. Yippee. Who doesn't love the grapes? Die. Okay. So this is the second decision point for this route. Do you go left or do you fence? Then this just kind of goes up to fucking nowhere. Actually, I have an idea. I have a silly idea. There's an eat apple emote. Now, I'm gonna let you eat it. What will happen if I don't prevent it? Because last time I was here, I didn't let it take it. Last time it was murdered. What happens? If you let the wind take the apple? Hmm. Dun, dun, no, no, no. Ibi! Hello? Do I bow? Or eastern bow? No. Maybe I bow to the Swordmaster. Do 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 do. Honk. Carpet. Yippee. Woo! And get in there. Very nice. But yeah, so I've already done all of the bosses in here at least once. So I'm not going to struggle too much. I hope it's not too boring to watch me just do this dungeon 700 times. I just figured that might be fun for a bit today. Instead of watching me do the same singular thing in Warframe every week. Egg! Why are you giving me egg? Ah! So you can have a child? How did you know? Oh no, the bird. How did you know that I lay eggs? Gasp. Who told you? Okay. Swap. And then swap again. Double swap. I forgot. Biology teacher? I'm... What? What's a biology teacher got to do with my business? Why does a biology teacher tell you about me? What the fuck? What's their deal? It's entirely out of the wheelhouse. I'm not a biology teacher. That's not biology. I'm not organic. There's nothing to do with biology. That is so rude. I'm taking that. Oh wait. Oh, it's about the biology teacher. You're probably not at the, probably not at the I'm not biology part yet. So rude to consider me a teacher. I will have you know. Like wait. No, fuck. I made a mistake. How dare you say that I'm a teacher? That's so rude of you. So what this boss displays is what way it will turn. But it displays that on itself. And so it's a sequence. Turn right, turn left in this case. And so you want to be on the side where it won't get lasered. You know? This was pretty easy to figure out. At least to me. But I also play this game a lot on very high level content. Like high difficulty content. This is casual content, by the way, that I'm playing, which is why you can solo it. If you want to get lasered, oh, you can. You're welcome to die. This game is not conducive to hardcore challenges. Because it's very easy to die in this game. Boop. Of one of every card. Yeah. Boop. The music here is so good. Oh no 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 no. You know what? I'm gonna go to the gold saucer. I'm gonna sell these cards for Mugp. Mönchengladbach-Punkte. MGP. I don't know where that came from. Yes. Yes. It's Mandeville Gold Saucer points. Anyway, this is mini cakepot. You get one, and then you can pick, and then you can pick another, and then you can pick another. And then you want, like, the sum of the row you pick to be good. This row, for instance, is 9, which is not that great. And then this row is getting... There's numbers 1 through 9 here. So this is 7 and 6, which is already 13, which will get you here. And then everything after 13 is kind of good, except for specifically 14. 16 and 19, so I'm going to take that gamble. It was 14. Fuck me. It was the worst one. Very good. I'm not good at this. So what you hope for is to either get 7, 8, 9 in a row, which is the second highest prize, or 1, 2, 3 in a row, which is the highest prize. And everything else kind of doesn't matter. The tickets are so cheap that you can't lose MGP on playing it. It's always going to get you like at least, I think, 16 more than the ticket cost. No matter how badly you do. It's like 6 more. Anyway, it's more. It's never less. They did actually used to charge more, so you could lose MGP on the final ticket, but they changed that. I have like 20k, 200k at the moment. Yeah, this is just... You can play games here. You know what's the best thing you can do is the jumbo cactpot, which I keep forgetting to get my ticket payout. But the jumbo cactpot is like lottery. You pick 4 prize. You pick 4 numbers on the ticket, and then if the last number matches, or the last 2 numbers match, or the last 3 numbers match, you get payout. And then if all of them match, because it's 4, you get money and... This thing. I don't know. I get 1 million MGP. And 1 million MGP actually is quite a lot. It's not enough to buy all of the items. There's actually a couple of items in here now that cost like 4 million MGP. And then you have mini games in here, because this is inspired by Final Fantasy VII, and we all know how much that game loves mini games. Now these you can lose MGP, but essentially it's just this. Nice cock. Ah, shit. And I'm not good at this one, because the goal is somewhere else every time. And you get like 5 plays for one MGP, which is nice. I have even 6. Interesting. And then I still got 20, because I won once. But you know what the best game is that you can play in here? And I know that if any one of my friends who plays this game is watching right now, they are dreading. Behold! Hello everyone and welcome to my Mahjong stream. I hope you're ready to not understand fucking anything. So we have a pretty good starting hand. Well, pretty okay starting hand. We have a triplet. And we do have a pair, but it's north wind, so it's not worth anything. We have 6, 8, 9. And I think this is my worst tile, so I'm going to discard it. And then white dragons are just off the board now, okay. That's east wind, that would be good. Because it is also the prevalent wind, I think. Is it? Yes, it is. It's the prevalent, it's the round wind. But I don't really... I guess I'd rather have it than the south wind. A 1 of bamboo. Pretty bad. I'm not going to open my hand. And instead I'm going to discard this. Oh, now that would be an interesting position to be in. Yes, I think I'm discarding the 9 of characters. And that's reach. No. I'm discarding another north wind. I would have had a triplet of winds, which isn't bad, but it's also not good. Who called reach? This one. What did you discard? Okay. So I can discard this safely because they discarded it. Oh. Neat. I guess... It's a one-sided weight either way. So I guess I'm discarding the 9. Ooh, I would have liked that. Oh, nice. I won the round. Yippee. Ooh, I got the Uradora. That is very good. That is fun. Next. Anyway, if you ever want to see me play Mahjong, you tell me. I will gladly play Mahjong. Although probably not on this game, because while it does have matchmade Mahjong, somewhere down here, where you can play ranked, it's not going to be good. There is better games to play it online these days. There wasn't when they added it to this game though, which was like 6 years ago. 6 years ago, Final Fantasy XIV was actually the best game to play online Mahjong in. And then one of the companies that make like a lot of mobile games in Japan launched a game where you can gacha for decorations. Because Mahjong is like, you cannot gacha for the game because it's Mahjong. The rules are fixed. But you can gacha for characters that you play Mahjong as. So you never bothered learning the rules of Mahjong. Mahjong is very simple at its core. Let me give you a crash course. Let me give you the absolute bare basics. It only takes like 5 minutes, but I need to find the fucking... I either need to go back to the play thing or figure out where the MGP the Gold Saucer menu was. That is. So, Mahjong is kind of like Rome, if you know that game. They are very similar because they share an origin, apparently. In Mahjong, you have different tiles instead of playing cards. But they kind of function the same. So, let me go to traditional. This is how they usually do. And there is, all in all, there's 6 kinds of tiles. There is the character tiles, which are numbered 1 through 9. There is the circle tiles, which are also numbered 1 through 9. It's just how many circles are on it. And then for the character tiles, it's just the number up here. And then there's bamboo tiles, which is also just how many bamboo are on it, which are also numbered 1 through 9. So these are kind of like your clubs, your spades, your hearts. These are kind of like card suits in like regular card game, regular Western playing cards. And then you have these 3. So this one, these are the cardinal direction tiles. They're wind tiles. Because wind directions have significance in Shinto. So there's north, south, east, and west. And this is my main hindrance in playing Mahjong in Final Fantasy XIV, because they do not tell you. Most online Mahjong has the option to display a Roman letter on it, like NSWE. To tell you what direction it is, and this game doesn't. So you either get to learn the kanji, or you're fucked. Because while you can hover over the tiles to figure out what tile they are, not all game states allow you to hover over the tile and read the name. And then there is these. I don't know why they have 2 of them here. There's 5 types of tiles. Sorry, not 6. Which are dragon tiles. There's a red one, there's a green one, and then there's a white one, which is a blank tile. So there's 3 dragon tiles. Green dragons, white dragons, and red dragons. And they are just, of these, like there's 4 green dragon tiles in the entire game, 4 red dragon tiles, and 4 white dragon tiles, and then also 4 copies of each of the other tiles. So there's 4 copies of all of the numbered tiles for each suit, and there's 4 copies of all 4 of the wind tiles. And what you want to do in Mahjong is you want to get a winning hand, and not all hands are able to win, because because you need 2 things to win the game. You need a legal hand, which is a hand that contains 4 triplets and a pair. And you need a hand that is at least worth 1 Han, which is how points work in Mahjong. If your hand is 3 triplets and a pair, but it's not worth anything, you can't win with that hand. Because it needs to be both legal and worth points. And what 3 triplets means is a triplet is either an ascending consecutive sequence of numbers, so a 3, 4, 5 of characters is a triplet. Or a 1, 2, 3 is a triplet. But what is not a triplet is a 9, 1, 2. It needs to be like consecutive. 9 and 1 don't wrap around like they do in some card games. So you need a 1, 2, 3 or 2, 3, 4, or just 3 copies of the same tile is also a triplet. So 3 copies of the 2 of bamboo would be a triplet. 3 copies of the red dragon would be a triplet. And then a pair is kind of self-explanatory. It's just 2 copies of the same tile. And they need to be individual tiles, but they can be combined in any way you want. So what you can have, for instance, is just 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4 of the same suit would either be 3 pairs and completely useless to you, or it would be 2 triplets. But you can, for instance, find a 4 and a 5, and then make that into a new triplet with one of the 3s, and then have the other 2 3s be a pair. That is something you can do. And then the thing is, you need 14 tiles to win, but you only have 13 tiles on your hand. So the way you actually win is by either drawing the last tile you need to make the winning hand, or if another player discards the tile you need, you're allowed to call, I think it's Khan, or pawn. I think it's pawn. And steal it to win the hand. And if you draw the tile, all 3 of your opponents need to pay you a third of the value of your hand. But if you steal the tile, the person you stole it from needs to pay you the full value of your hand. And the way that a game of Mahjong ends is if either each player has been dealer twice, or if one player runs out of points and everyone starts with 2,500 points. And that's kind of the basics of Mahjong. And the intricacies come in with how you can steal discarded tiles to complete triplets. And how scoring works. And the easiest way to get started in Mahjong is to just never steal except for the winning tile. Because stealing opens your hand, but a closed hand is automatically worth 1 Han. If you win without ever stealing except for the final winning tile, that's automatically worth points, so it's automatically a winning hand. Which is kind of why beginners Mahjong advice is usually just don't steal except for to win the game. Because that's just an easy way. But there's a lot of things you can do that are worth points. And usually the harder it would be to get your hand to the particular shape, the more worth things are. And then there's a couple of things for bonus points. And kind of strategy comes down to actually counting. Where card counting is usually kind of frowned upon with most casino games in the West, tile counting is an essential part of Mahjong strategy, because being aware of what tiles have been discarded is incredibly important in this game. And it will not get you kicked out. In fact, everyone is counting. Everyone is counting the cards in the discard pile, or the tiles in the discard pile when it comes to Mahjong. Because you know how many cards are in the deck, and you are, or in the wall is what it's called in Mahjong. And you are able to see at all times what tiles have been discarded. So you can infer what can be in everyone's hand and what can still be in the wall. Because the same way in Scat? Yes, in Scat. Whoops. That's not how you pronounce that. It's Scat. Oopsie. Anyway. Yeah, so that's how Mahjong works. It's a very interesting game. I'm the Scatman, yeah. And then in the version of Mahjong that's in this game and that is really popular in Japan called Richi Mahjong, there is a special rule where if you are 1 tile away from winning, you can wager 1,000 of your points. And then basically you're just discarding unless you draw the winning tile until the winning tile appears. And that's called Richi. And Richi is also worth 1 Han automatically. So if you can Richi off of an open hand, like, you can still win. No, wait, I'm lying. You cannot call Richi if your hand is opened. But Richi is worth more points. Because you're wagering the 1,000 points, but if you win, then you're getting the 1,000 points from your opponent. But if you reach it and someone else wins, they get the points you wagered. It's kind of a gamba. And there is ways to structure your hand where you're not waiting on a single specific tile to win, which makes Richi more powerful. Because you can construct things called 2-sided weights. For instance, if you have a 2-3 in hand, you're waiting on the 1 or the 4, which is a 2-sided weight. And you can even make 3-sided weights, where you are where you have a hand in such a way where drawing, for instance, a 2, a 5, or a 7 would finish your hand. And that's called a 3-sided weight. And that's kind of the best thing you can build in Mahjong. Another thing that's interesting, if you want to get into it, is dragon triplets are always worth points. And the round wind which is just something that the thing will display or someone will tell you what the round wind is. And the seat wind, which rotates every round, that you're in, are always worth points. So if you have a triplet of dragons, you can open your hand and still win, because your hand will always be worth points because you have a triplet of dragons. If you have a pair of dragons, keep it. Because what you can do is, if any player discards the third dragon, you can steal it. With Khan. And then if the player to your left, I think, the player who goes before you discards a tile that you need to complete a straight, like a 1, 2, 3. You can steal that too, but only if it's the player who goes before you. That's called chi. You cannot steal those tiles from any player in the game, just from the person who goes before you. But to complete triplets, you can steal from any player. And then there's one more rule that I used in the bot match I played earlier, which is you're not allowed to win by stealing a tile you have discarded. So if it gets late into the game and someone called Richie, you're kind of checking what they have in their discard pile, because those tiles are guaranteed safe to discard yourself. And there is a strategy that's very valid in Mahjong, which is to fold. Folding means that you're not trying to make a winning hand anymore, you're just trying to discard tiles that won't get you pawned. Because the best strategy in Mahjong sometimes is to just try to not lose the round to another player and hope that someone else deals into another person winning. So your point total stays the same and the other person's point total goes down. Because you can't really prevent an opponent being lucky at drawing the tile they need, but you can prevent giving them the tile they need. And that's kind of how far I've gotten in Mahjong. I'm not very good at it, but I like the game. I've never really liked poker or like Mau Mau, all of the card games that you might play in the basement of a ski resort. There's a lot of rules, yes, but it's pretty easy if you play online instead of in person, because you don't need to keep track of the rules. You just need to be aware of the basic rules I explained before, and then the app will kind of do it for you. The complexity of Mahjong comes from hand values. If your hand is worth at least, I think, 4 Han, it's called a Yaku. No, wait, sorry. If Yaku is... I'm so bad at this terminology. It's a Hanuman if it's worth at least 4 Han. Yaku is just the name for the winning... for the things that score points. But there is specific Yaku that are so difficult to get that they automatically score the maximum amount of points you're even allowed to score, no matter what your hand is. Those are called Yakuman. And scoring a Yakuman is really cool, because it's really difficult to obtain hand shapes. One Yakuman, I think, is just having a full set of one suit. So like the 1 through 9 of characters, and then a triplet of dragons or something. I think that was a Yakuman. And then there is even more difficult versions of Yakuman, which are worth double the maximum points that you're allowed to score. Which, by the way, the maximum amount of points you're allowed to score is, I think, 16,000. So someone dealing into a Yakuman will probably get them out of the game. Someone dealing into a double Yakuman, which is worth 32,000 points, because you start with 25,000 points, will just immediately end the match. Unless that person was in the lead and won a couple of rounds before. And double Yakuman there's like 2 of in the entire game. But if you ever get one of them, it's really cool. There is one Yakuman, a double Yakuman, that is so difficult to get that the superstition in Japan is that if you get it, you die immediately after the match ends and you go home. Like, on the way home, you will die because you just used up all of the luck that was left for you in your life, scoring that specific hand. Because, like, there's no way you're getting to it. Because you need to fully draw into it. Yes. You need to draw that hand to get it. And you need to draw it in a specific order, too. So there's no way to make it easy to get to. And if you manage to score it, you're just fucked. That was all of your luck for the rest of your life. But yeah, I like Mahjong. I've never gotten into, like, any of the card games my dad was into. I've not gotten into poker because I don't have a very good poker face. And Mahjong is kind of like poker, but it's less stressful because the rounds are longer. Whereas poker is like very short bursts with very high stakes. The points aren't cash. Like, you can do cash prizes on Mahjong, but it's not... You don't wager money in Mahjong. You wager points. And then whoever wins the round might get the cash prize. But it's lower stakes. It's easier for me to keep cool playing Mahjong than it is to keep cool playing poker. Because in poker you have this mechanic of betting every round, and I don't like that. Because you need to be good at bluffing to win at poker. But the only way to wager anything in Mahjong is to Richi, and that's a specific rule where you're announcing a specific hand state. So there's nothing... You are, like, telling the table, I'm one tile away from winning. Good luck figuring out what it is. I am out of this game, and it's your job now to not lose to my hand. Have fun. Like, that is what Mahjong does. So I like that a lot better. Than a lot of card games. I've not played Skat before. I don't know what the rules are. I could look it up. But yeah, Mahjong is my jam. If you ever want to see me play Mahjong, I can download Mahjong Soul. Yeah. So the Western card game that Mahjong is the most similar to, or Richi Mahjong is the most similar to, is Rome. Because Rome is they were actually basically designed based on the same game. The same ancient game nobody plays anymore. It evolved into those two. But I don't know how close they are because I've never played Rome. I just know that factoid. Yeah, I can look at Skat rules. Why not? Skat rules. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. I see. Yeah. But if you want to play Anime Girl Mahjong, there's Mahjong Soul. That's the app that most people are on. You can either play that on your browser, or if you want nicer animations, you can play it downloaded. There is also, like with most Japanese games, there's a mobile version and there's separate, like, Japanese and English versions of the game. There's a global and there's a Japan one. And you need to download the Japan one to play with Japanese players. But there is more than enough people playing Mahjong on the global version to just find matches if you're not very high ranked. But having trouble finding matches when you're very high ranked in a video game is just generally a problem, not limited to Mahjong. That's actually the reason why in FF14, the ranked match version of Crystalline Conflict is only on one server per data center. To limit that. Per physical data center is like one data center per physical location. So this season it's on my physical data center. It's on Light. And then last season was on Chaos, which is the other European data center. Which means that everyone who wants to play ranked needs to world travel to the data center where the ranked is. But that means there's only 4 leaderboards now, one per physical region. So EU, Americas, Oceania, and Japan. Because those are the only servers that are available outside of China, and I think Korea has their own game version too. I know there's a Korean version of the game, and I know that I can't select Korean as an interface language. So I figured there might be a different release for Korea. I don't know. I know there's a different version of the game for China, like with a lot of games from not China. But yeah, so there's 4 ranked leaderboards for the PvP of this game, which is nice. And that also helps with matchmaking, because, you know, that means all of the players in the same region who play ranked are going to be playing in the same player search pool as one another, which makes finding matches easier, especially at higher level. Before it was per data center, and the duty finder only searches on the same logical data center. So for me, it only searches players on Light. Back in the day, it only searched for players on the same server as you, which was terrible for even PvE content. And then they expanded that to search for players cross-server on the same data center as you, which is a lot nicer for including PvE matchmaking. Now imagine playing PvP, which is not the main focus of this game, and your matchmaking is tied to your server specifically, where there's like maybe 7 other people who play PvP, and you need 8 players for a match. Good luck. Alright, I've not played the new PvP mode ever. I'm not going to. But yeah, I need water. I will be water. The sip emote. With the boba that I've not bought in a year. Because I moved out of the city where they sell it near my house. The nearest boba store in my new city is like a 20-minute walk. Huh? I've not had boba since August. Okay, let me skim this. How dare you? How dare you have boba and not bring me any? Ah, true. Oh, we need to kind of discuss where we're meeting if we are hanging out. Because like, the city you're flying to, if you're staying there too, I don't know shit there. We could hang out in a cool mall, but that's a bit of a way to go. So I probably should pick you up by car. Because it's in a different city. It does, yeah. Yeah, so, I'm going to text you the name of the mall. So you can Google it, and you can tell me if you want to vibe there. Oh, yeah. I already did. Okay, I'm going back into the content. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Let me in. Boy. No, 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 no. Okay, I want to try if I was right on how to modify the boss for this one. Because there needs to be a way to get the Djinn boss as opposed to the bird creature boss. And when I got the bird creature boss the last 2 times, there's like over there in a cave, there's like here, there's a little piece of paper. And that says on it that the bandits here stumbled into a bird. So I'm wondering what happens if I never read that note. Will the boss be different? The bird boss is very hot. I mean cute. I mean hot. Oh, it's still the bird. Odd. How do you make it not the bird? Or is it... Oh, or did they mix it up for this one? Because in the other dungeons, it's kind of always 2 bosses per path. But it could be that in this one, they made it 2 bosses on the left path, just 1 variant of each, and then on this path, it's contingent what mechanics you get if you read the note or not. That could be the case. Because I think on the right path, there's no way to not get the Djinn. But there is probably a way to modify its mechanics with the bombs. Because that's like the main thing of this. It's variant dungeon. It's what it's called. So it's a dungeon that's kind of the same thing, but with variants. What an excellent name. Anyway, bird creature. Look at it. Look at that pribby. Look at those fangs. Oh, that's still kind of the same. That still plays out the same, whether you read that or not. That's weird. How do you vary in this boss? Because there should be more. You need at least 13 runs to fully beat a variant dungeon. But you will probably be spending more than 13 runs trying to beat a specific variant dungeon. Because you need to figure out how to get all of the variants. And then you also need to figure out, like, how do you get the secret? Because there is a secret boss. And how do you get it? I'm so sorry for anyone who watches my VODs and just gets the same explanation 13 times. Because there's this advice for new streamers I found that's like, oh, if you're a new streamer, you should go for the VOD. Don't re-explain things and just kind of ignore people in your chat. And just go for the VOD unless the people... I'm like, no? No, I will not. I don't care if the VOD's a terrible viewing experience. Because you get the same information 13 times. Just be here live. You get the same information 13 times, but then you can complain in chat about it. I don't know. It's terrible advice. I was like, oh no, make sure that the recording is... I think what they were going for with that advice is like, you should try to be entertaining even if there is no viewers in chat. Which, like, yeah, duh. But that's less of a go for the VOD advice than it is just like, you should be entertaining for people who are coming in. Not just for people who are actively communicating to you that they're there. The producing time information stays in head? Yes. Ma ma ma. No no no. Oh, hey, Flora. Did you see the funniest thing in big corporation interacting with other big corporation history? After the announcement of the new Pokemon games, IGN posted, "That's a lot of water." And then the Pokemon company replied, 7.8 out of 10. So, over here is where I found, like, this phrase. The "I am returned!" exclamation point. I've been to the left before, which, by the way, is really fun. Whee! When we were here before, we turned on these rocks. I'm gonna leave them off this time. But yeah, IGN's most infamous review. The thing that probably put the final nail in the coffin for me taking them seriously as a review outlet. Because it's just, yes, that is a lot of water. You understood the design feature of the region. Congratulations, video game reviewer. Dumbass. Come on. Just move. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, you need to be careful reading video game outlets, by the way. There's been a trend of a specific company buying up video game outlets, laying off the entire editorial staff, and then letting LLMs just copy just basically write summaries of the of other outlets' story coverage of a game announcement. Kind of like, so they kind of like read the coverage of other outlets on a specific game, and then they post like an AI version of the sum of those articles. And they've been doing that after buying like a reputable gaming article, a gaming outlet, and just firing all of the editors. So they're not doing this to like quickly grift off of AI technology. They are specifically doing this to push advertisements for for casino games. So that's they want the viewership of the outlet they bought to push like high-paying advertisement content, like writing articles on online casinos. But to keep up the appearance of the game outlet, they need articles about games. And the two companies that have been doing this, one of them had the strategy of posting guides written by very underpaid amateur journalists, and just posting the same guide of all of these on all of the sites in network. And then the other company is the one who AI-generated fake editors and journalists and is posting summarized articles of other people's work. And it's in both cases, it's to strategically keep up the appearance of still being a legitimate outlet on gaming news, which is great. Just so you can peddle shitty casino games. So yeah, if you read articles, make sure that the outlet you're reading them from still has actual editorial staff. Maybe. And like, you can tell an article is written by AI, don't get me wrong. It's pretty easy. Oh, that's a mechanic I've not seen before. Oh god. Oh stars. That is not good. I want to be here. Yes. Holy shit. So the red makes you more vulnerable to the red attack. On the side that you have the red. This move gives you the red. And now I'm more vulnerable to red attacks from the left and from down. Like from the west or the south, I guess. So only want to be hit by attacks on sides where I'm not red. That's how this mechanic works. And it gives you the little yep, if you did it right. And then the stone piles also had those weakness markers on them. So that means that the stone pile will get destroyed if it gets hit on a weak side, and not destroyed if it gets hit on a strong side. And I had a weakness marker on both sides. And there was only east to west or west to east attacks. So I needed to find very quickly a rock that would be weak on a side that it didn't get hit on and hide behind it. So the rock gets hit and I don't. That's an insane thing to just put into casual content. Holy crap. Just the amount of time that it took me to articulate what to do in this mechanic is crazy. Like, it teaches you the mechanics piecemeal. Like, it teaches you what the red things do very early. And it's the same mechanic again. This one again. So it's coming from here, so it's hitting the rock on a side where it's not weak. And because I'm behind the rock, it's not hitting me. But the rock behind the rock thing is just something you infer from other mechanics in the game that also kind of do this. It's a lot of how you play the game. It's like an earlier piece of content in the game has taught you a type of mechanic they do, and then you kind of just try to guess based on the visuals what the thing you're doing right now might be referencing. And that's a lot of how you figure out mechanics in this game. And that is what makes this game good, in my opinion, is because it's very like possible to figure out a fight just based on experience and visuals. Because the visual markers are also consistent. A marker that looks the same will always do the same thing. The same style of thing, at least. Ah. Hey, a new entry. Okay, so we're missing one variant of the left side, two variants of the beach route, and one variant of the right side, as well as the secret. Because for some reason, they are in order of left, right, center, secret. Why? At least it's not completely out of order, like some of these have been. This one was also cute. I liked Mount Rockon. I did the secret one on this already. The last one's always the secret. The only one I've completed is Sildy. Oh, I just realized Merchant's Tale has one more entry than the others. I mean, these are also technically from different expansions, so that makes a bit of sense. Anyway, so this is called the Variant Dungeon, and then there's also these, the Criterion Dungeons, which are not variant, they are just hard. Yippee. But they are based on the Variant Dungeon. Okay, we're going right again. Because I'm missing so many variants over here. No, 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 no. Oh no, 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 no. Yeah. No, 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 no. Wee. Where do I need to use that line? It could very well be here. Can I go back? I think it must be with... It did say on the shore. It did say yell on the shore. I could just spam it. Until something happened. Returned. Oh, no, 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 no. Okay, I want to know what I could do with these bombs. Because I'm sure I can do something with them. You, come with me. I'm gonna explode them in different locations. Next to the wall. And see what happens. Like, what if I blew you up, down, out here? Would that do anything? No. It's so suspicious that they have an explosion animation. Maybe here? Oh, it was just that, wasn't it? Oops. I'm stupid. Well, I found it for next time. I never saw that crack. Damn. I could just restart. I think I'm just gonna restart. I actually wanted to turn off stream after this run, so... I think I found out what to do with the bombs. Wow. Oh, no. Could I drop this? Me. Crap. Die. Please. Come on, come here. Die in the right spot, please. That should hit it, yes. Yes. That did hit it. Is there any more? tracks. I don't think there was. You might only need to get one there. Yep. Now that's different. There's water now. We've unleashed the water. Do, 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 do. Whee! Boom! Yep, that's the same mechanic. Uh-huh. So far, so same. Where is the variation? There it is. There's the there's the variation. We found it. Woo! Hello. SMH. Whee! Do. Yeah. The fighting. Lucky. What now? What you throwing at me, buddy? Uh-oh. Ruh-roh. Meow. Ah, this again. Yippee! We did it. So skillful. That didn't do it. I'm just going spamming these phrases in a couple of places, I think. Until something occurs. Who knows? But there's so many ways it could work. And so many places it could be. The only hint I have is shore. I'm not even certain about what chat mode I need. Can you maybe not lick everything? Please. Dangerous. There's a letter. Oh, curious. I wonder if that could be the location. This spot right there. Oh boy. Pray this letter finds its way to the hand of the kind soul who shall bear the word of the ruin encroaching upon my home to a warrior of courage. The Dundan terrorizes our village, rising waves to topple our houses and lashing its tail to sink our ships. We now cut off from the neighbors, and our reserves have dwindled to naught. Yet now even they are beyond. If only we join hands with the beautiful maidens who dwell in the sea, yet now even they are beyond our reach. I have an idea. I seem to be missing a piece of the puzzle. Quite curious. Nom. Okay. Interesting. Huh. This would at least get me a page, because I took a different path here. So maybe that will contain some more information. Ah. Wee. Oh, no, no. I'm technically losing damage by doing the combo that closely before my 2 minute is up. Should stop doing that. Oh, no, no, no. Pew. 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 Beep, beep. There should be one more mechanic in here that I've not seen yet. Ah, it's just this again. Is it including the knockback? Ah, it's fast move, okay. How much fast movement is it? Like how long's the distance? Okay, not too bad. Okay. Swap, stay, stay, swap. Swap, stay, swap. Not stay, stay. There we go. I would love to get crits on abilities that actually deal damage. But apparently that is illegal. Getting a direct crit on a random mid-combo piece feels so bad. When the final combo hit is just regular damage. You're really sad. Because you wanted the big number. I forgot what phase that was. Whoopsie. Number go down, yeah. So crit is well, a crit, and then a direct hit is just a chance to deal 25% extra damage, and they can occur together, and that's called a direct crit by the community mostly. This is just always swap, okay? Yippee. I won. Wee. Winning. Okay. What did we get? Okay. There's 4 more. Well, 3 more hints and whatever the last entry is, I guess. Anyways, that will be Snake's stream for today, because I'm kinda EP, and I don't want to do another run. I'm gonna be back tomorrow. I'll have to figure out what we do tomorrow. Something for sure. Maybe I'll go look at the new Humble Choice, because that's out. We could play one from there. But yeah. I hope you enjoyed the dungeon time. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a good night and bye-bye.